everyone, it's Jen here and welcome to Jen's Wild About Art. So today I'm going to do a painting of a ship for you in stormy seas. I just felt really excited to paint this picture. So I start off with the ship itself, and it's got three masts, two of which have got the sails up. So I draw those in, and then I do a basic rough sort of outline for where I want the clouds and where I want the background, and I complete the drawing of the ship, and then I will go on to adding colour. For the background, I start with cobalt blue and white, and I take that right across the complete sky and then the ocean. And for the sky, I go in a circular sort of a motion with the brush, and for the water, I go in straight lines, but I'm using basically the same colour, blue and white. Now I go in and start to add a darker purple, and I take that around the whole sky, and I start to build it darker and darker and getting more stormy and stormy looking. So I add different values of purple around the whole sky, and then I also take that onto the ocean and darken up the ocean as well. Now I start to add some of the waves, and I also add some white to the sky. So this is pure titanium white, and I just add that everywhere that I'm going to have lighter parts in the sky and in the ocean. And then I come back in and darken up the darkest parts of the sky. You'll see I go backwards and forwards in the painting, adding darks and lights, and I'm trying to get a nice balance with the sky and the ocean. So I work backwards and forwards like this, adding darks, adding lights, and just building up till it looks how I want it to look. So the ocean starts to look like an ocean and the sky starts to look like a stormy sky. I also add a little bit of turquoise. It's such a beautiful colour, and the ocean always has a turquoise in it, especially stormy seas. Now I start to work on the ship, and the very base of the ship has red paint, so I just use a little bit of cadmium red, and then I make up burnt umber cobalt blue, and I start to add the colour to the ship, and I build up all the different tones in the ship as I go. Now I add the sails at the front of the ship. They're two sort of triangular sails. So I add those back in because I did paint over the top, and I start to work on I work on the little lifeboat, and then I work on all the other sails. And the back sails on the third mast aren't down, they're folded up, and I'm assuming that's because there's a big wind coming and they don't need all the sails up. They don't want to go too fast with big waves, so they've only got half of their sails up. So I found that really interesting about this painting. Usually you see paintings with full sails, but I really liked that this photograph had part of the sails up, part of the sails down. So I start to add the mast. I'll add the shadows onto the mast, and I'll use a pale blue for that, and then I'll add all the lines that are supporting the mast. I'm working in the finer details on the sails, and I add in the shadows all with blues. So I'm using a little bit of Prussian blue and also a little bit of cobalt blue, and just adding into the shadows on all the sails, and then I'll go back to working on the ocean. Now I start to add wave textures in, and I add a few different blues, and I also add white just above the darker blues, and because the waves have sort of got little white caps on them, so they're darkest directly underneath the white cap. So I add all of that in, and yeah, we're coming to the end of this painting. So I hope you've enjoyed it, everyone. I've had an absolute ball painting this ship. I'd love it if you click like and subscribe and click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when I release a new video. Also, I have a website, jenswildaboutart.com, where you can buy all original artworks. And yeah, I'd love it if you'd follow also on my Twitch channel, where I stream live up to 7 days a week, creating all of these pieces in real time, and I love to chat and have a laugh while I'm working. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. Okie doke. Bye.